Hey guys, welcome to the live. This is Relationships ETC, and today I want to talk about young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's divorce. And I'm not happy about it. A lot of people are, and I think that's odd because, like, why would you want to see a home broken up? Unless it's some kind of abuse or something, then I could see, I could see. Dang, you can even, it's not even using the right camera. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can change that. Uh, this is my first live, so I'm not used to navigating this. Please excuse me. Um, mm, I don't know why it won't let me change the camera. Okay, I guess I'll keep talking because I can't figure it out. Um, so yeah, I think that the reason they probably getting a divorce is that, to me, Jeannie and Jeezy, they're both dominant people, and so I knew Jeannie from the Real show. I used to watch her on that. I didn't really like. I knew about young Jeezy, like I knew who he was, but as far as like his story, I hadn't really known until I kind of looked him up online and looked at his interviews. So um, I I know they both come from trauma, and so people that have experienced trauma, they they can be hyper vigilant sometimes and have all kind of defense mechanisms. So I'm not saying that people that had trauma can't have a healthy marriage, but you they might tend to lean back on those defense mechanisms, and then like also them being two dominant people, it's hard to have a relationship, um a good emotional connected. Like I think they probably have a lot in common. Like they both have probably the same interests, but and they probably have a good sex life. But as far as like being emotionally connected and on the same page, like because it's like you being pushed two different ways. It's like a two-headed monster. Like somebody's gonna have to bend. And if relationships with opposites are hard, how much more is it hard with when you have two dominant people? So I think that didn't help their relationship. Now I do think that Jeezy did know that she was was more of a dominant woman. I think he did know that. I think he probably ignored it, um, and just went forward, and like I think he also tried to help her. I think they helped each other though. But I think he definitely did. I know that when she was on Dancing with the Stars, he made a billboard for her, and so he would do stuff for her. And I think he might have got caught up in wanting to build her up, that he might have forgotten about. Am I really happy? He might have ignored his feelings. So or like signs that maybe it wasn't as great as maybe he wanted it to be. Um, I think with Jeannie, I think that his support for her, I think she really loved that. He did support, provide for her, and so I think she did get reassurance from that. And she did say she respected him. So I think she really did think well of him. Um, but I think it's different from her past marriage. I think that in her past marriage, she she was definitely the head of that household, and I think that the husband that she was with, I think that he pretty much bended to her and what she wanted. Now I know that they didn't have kids, and she didn't want to have kids with him, but he did want to have kids. And but they had, I know that they had previously decided that they weren't going to have kids before they got married. So I mean, he really couldn't be mad at her about that. But you know, let's, I mean, he has, I think he went into the marriage thinking that this is Freddie Hartis, is who I'm talking about, her ex-husband. I think that he went into it thinking, oh, I'm gonna change her mind. And you know what? You can't marry people thinking you can change them. It's just, it's not gonna work. They're not gonna change. It's a fool's errand trying to change someone. And so I think that, and maybe even Jeezy thought the same thing. Oh, I can change her. Maybe he thought that on something. Now she did say that she was trying to be submissive. I think she was trying to be submissive with Jeezy. I think she wanted to probably let him lead, but that's difficult when you're used to being in charge. She has people that teams that she run and people that she tells what to do, and I'm sure he does too. And so when you're trying to make a household, you can only have one leader, really. You have to have somebody that's gonna compromise. So I think ultimately that they couldn't compromise. And then I also think that emotionally, I think that maybe Jeannie, I think that maybe, because I watched the reel, right? So it's like think that she has problems, or like a blind, I think it's like a blind spot, her trying to identify with other people's feelings. Like she don't really have that. I'm not saying that she can't, I'm just saying that it's not her strength, is identifying with other people's feelings. Because on the show she would go toe to toe to people, with people, and argue, but it's like she wouldn't let it go. And so, like one time, she was arguing with Tamara and about giving birth, and Tamara was like, I don't even know what was said, y'all. I just remember that, and like Tamara was like, I'm just thinking, Tamara just gave birth. How you gonna tell Tamara about giving birth? She's giving birth to two kids, and you haven't given birth to any kids. Like this is before she had Monaco. And so, yeah, I know how like Jeannie can be. She can get an argument and hold on to it. So she ain't letting me go. So and I know about the meat comment, but at the time, like I don't think she meant it the way that it came out. It okay on the show. It would always come out that Jeannie liked black men. It would always come out. And so one day, I think she just wanted kind of to be. I don't even know, y'all. But I don't. All I know is it would always come out that she liked black men. Okay, and so one day she said she white meat keeps her lean, and then black meat on the side. It's like I think she said that to like I think she said that because she had to admit she liked black men, but I think she tried to minimize it because she knew she had to go home to her husband. But it didn't it just didn't make sense. Like it just, I see what she was trying to do. Like I can see she was trying to minimize her attraction to black men because obviously you got to go home to your white husband. It's like what do you do one day? Go home and like, oh, by the way, honey, on the show today, it's just and I think she really does regret saying that. Um, Jeezy said that he had told her that she had told him about the comment like right from the start when they started dating. She let him see the whole video. So I think that Jeezy, I think he knew what he was getting. But like a lot of people do, they put people on a pedestal, is what happens, and they idolize someone, idealize them, and so you have these rose-colored glasses on, especially like in the first like 2 years of a relationship. Everybody's in that, it's that fun infatuation stage. And then if there's no like solid foundation, like connection, the same purpose, the same vision, if you don't have that, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. And so I think it got to him. I think it, when they were both vulnerable when they first got together. She was just divorced and he had just lost his mom. So, them getting together is, I could see why, you know, I could see why they kind of gravitated towards each other, and the world was shut down. But I think that I had so much hope for them because they were two, like, these were adults. Like, they ain't even 30. They 40. They know exactly who they are. They know exactly what they want. And so I was just like, of course it's gonna work because these aren't, they have the trauma, which I'm not saying somebody with trauma can't have a healthy relationship, but that doesn't necessarily help you in relationships. But yeah, I was rooting for them. And then she had the little baby naturally, so it was just like, wow. Everybody was like, wow. And then the baby is gorgeous. Was like, wow, you know, and I just feel bad about it for them and for the baby that they have. And it's just the situation is, I think how it's playing out in the media is like, wow. And people are taking sides. They're demonizing these people. And it's like, you know, um, I don't think it's necessary. And they're dragging people, and I don't think that's necessary either to drag these people like that. And I'm not happy about divorce unless somebody's being abused. Then yeah, I'm happy they're getting out of abuse. Yes, I am happy about that. But if they're just trying to, so they can just forget their responsibilities and just you know oh, I'm gonna go meet another person and I'm not gonna work this out. No, I don't agree with that unless it's just a total incompatibility, which it probably is. So in that sense, I guess I do am happy that they're gonna find someone who can fulfill their needs. Um, because them being too dominant, they probably need a more submissive other partner. So yeah, and yeah, so I think that's pretty much everything I want to say. Let me know what you guys think. Um, if you happen to see this live. Um, all right. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.